Welcome to this quick guide on Azure Synapse Analytics. If you are diving into cloud analytics, big data, or data warehousing, this video is for you. We will break down what it is, its key features, benefits, and more. Let's get started. Before diving into Azure Synapse Analytics, let's understand the basics of a traditional data warehouse setup. Here, data comes from multiple sources like CRM systems, ERP applications, and flat files. These raw data sources are processed through an ETL pipeline, which stands for extract, transform, and load. The ETL process cleans and structures the data before loading into data warehouse. Once data stored in the data warehouse, this data can be used by reporting tools and business applications to generate insights and dashboards. In the world of big data, information comes in many forms. We have structured data like databases and spreadsheets, semi-structured data such as JSON, XML, and Parquet files, and unstructured data, videos, images, and audios. All of these is stored in a data lake where raw data from different sources is collected together. Next, it's ingested into data warehouse where it's cleaned, organized, and optimized for analysis. Finally, the data powers applications, insights, and reports, helping businesses make data-driven decisions. When we bring data warehouse and big data together, we get Azure Synapse Analytics. It combines the power of both structured data from data warehouses and unstructured data from data lakes in one unified platform. With Synapse, you can store, process, and analyze all your data in one place and turn it into meaningful insights faster. Let's take a look at the overall architecture of Azure Synapse Analytics, Microsoft Unified Analytics platform that brings together data integration, big data, and data warehousing into one place. At the top, we have Synapse Studio, the web-based workspace where you can do everything from building data pipelines and writing SQL queries to running Spark notebooks and monitoring workloads. It's basically the control center of the entire Synapse environment. Data integration, which lets you move and transform data using Synapse pipelines, similar to Azure Data Factory. Management, where you handle configuration, link services, and securities. Monitoring, to track pipeline runs, Spark jobs, and SQL activities. Securities, which integrates with Azure Active Directory and manages access controls and data protection. Below that, we have Analytics Runtime layer. This is where all the processing happens. You can run queries using three main engines: SQL pools for data warehousing and on-demand querying, Apache Spark for big data processing and machine learning, Data Explorer for log and time series analytics. And at the foundation, everything sits on Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2 or ADLS Gen 2. That's the central storage layer that holds all your structured and unstructured data. Synapse simply connects to it for querying and transformation, so you don't need to move data around. So in short, Azure Synapse Analytics unifies data storage, integration, and analytics into a single platform, giving you a consistent experience whether you are working with SQL, Spark, or Data Explorer. It is one workspace for your entire data lifecycle, from ingestion to insight. Alright, let's jump straight into a quick demo of Azure Synapse Analytics. Now let's take a quick tour of Azure Synapse Studio interface. On the left side, you see the main navigation bar. This is where all the key tools are organized. The Home icon takes you to the overview page where you can access recent activities and quick start options. Next, we have data. This is where you can explore, your link data sources like data lake, SQL pools, or external storage. The develop section is where you create and manage scripts like SQL scripts, notebooks, or data flows, perfect for building and testing your data logic. Under Integrate, you can build pipelines. This is your main workspace for orchestrating data workflows similar to Azure Data Factory. The Monitor tab helps you keep an eye on pipeline runs, triggers, and overall system performance. Finally, the Manage section is where you handle link services, security, and compute resources like SQL and Spark pools. So, in short, everything you need from data to development to monitoring is neatly organized here on the left sidebar. Now, let's use copy data task to create a pipeline. In the Synapse Studio, on the home page, select Ingest to open Copy Data tool. In the Copy Data tool, on the Properties tab, ensure built-in copy task and run once now are selected, and click Next. In Datasets tab, select Source Type All and create a new connection by clicking New Connection. From Generic tab, select HTTP. For base URL, I am using HTTPS source data, so that is our product.csv file in HTTPS source. Keep server certificate validation to enable and authentication type to anonymous. Click Create to create the connection. Keep rest of the fields as default and click Next. So in Configurations tab, we can select Preview Data to preview of our product data that our pipeline will ingest, and once the preview done, we can close the preview window. After previewing the data, we now on the file format setting page. Here we have selected delimited text as the file format. The column delimiter is set to comma since we are working with a CSV file. The row delimiter is line feed, which represents a new line. We have also checked first row as header, so Synapse will use the column names from the first row. Finally, the compression type is set to none. Once everything looks good, click Next to continue. Now on the Destinations tab, set destination type to Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2. For the connection, choose the existing connection to your data lake. This was automatically created when the Synapse workspace was set up. After selecting the connection, set the folder paths to files /product data and the file name to products.csv. Keep copy behavior as none and leave max concurrent connections and block size blank. Then click Next to continue. On the destination file format setting page, set file format to delimited text. Use a comma as the column delimiter and line feed for the row delimiter. Select Add header to file and keep compression type as none. Leave max rows per file and file name prefix blank. Then click Next to continue. On the Settings tab, set task name and the description. Then click Next to continue. On the Summary page, review and click Next. On the Deployments tab, wait for pipeline to be deployed and then click Finish. In Synapse Studio, under Monitor page, we can check status of the newly created copy products pipeline, if it is succeeded or failed. Now let's check Integrate page and make sure it is now contain a new pipeline named Copy Products. Now let's go to the data page and open the link tab. We will expand the primary data lake container, then navigate to the file storage. Here we can see a folder named product data and inside it the products.csv file. So our data has been copied successfully. Now that we have ingested some data into our workspace, let's use Synapse Analytics to query it. One common way to do this is with SQL. And Synapse provides a serverless SQL pool for that. In Synapse Studio, let's right-click the product CSV file, go to New SQL script, and then select top 100 rows. A new SQL script tab will open, showing the generated SQL code similar to this. Click Run to execute the query and review the result. Notice that the results show 4 columns named C1, C2, C3, and C4, and the first row contains our column names instead of data. To fix this, we'll add header row equal to true parameter to the open row set function. Then let's rerun the query to see the correct column names. Let's modify the query, add an aggregate function, so the query will count the number of products in each category. When we run it, we'll see a result set showing categories and their product counts. In the Properties pane, let's rename the script to Count Products by Category and click Publish to save it. Now on the Develop page, we can reopen the script, connect it to the built-in SQL pool, and run it again. In the Result pane, switch to Chart view. Select a column chart, set category as the category column, and product count as the series. The chart will display the product counts visually, just like this. While SQL is great for structured data, we can also use Python in Spark Pool to explore and analyze our data. In Synapse Studio, let's go to the data page, browse the product data folder, right-click products.csv and choose New Notebook. Select Load to Data Frame. In the notebook, attach it to the Spark Pool and set the language to PySpark. Let's run the first cell. The Spark Pool will start the first time, so it may take a minute. Once the result appears, we will uncomment header equal to true to correctly use the column headers and rerun the cell. Now let's add a new code cell to show the number of products per category, then run. We can switch to Chart view to visualize it. Finally, let's rename the notebook to Explore Products. Click Publish to save, then close the notebook and stop the Spark session. On the Develop page, we can confirm that the notebook has been saved. Let's go to the Manage page, select our dedicated SQL pool, and click Run icon to resume it. Wait until the poll shows online. You can refresh periodically. Once it is ready, go to the Data page, expand SQL database on the Workspace tab, and verify the pool is listed. Expand the database and its table folder. Then for Fact Internet Sales, select New SQL script, select top 100 rows to see the first 100 sales transactions. Next, let's replace the query with a new one that aggregates product sales by year and month. Let's run it to see the units sold for each product. Let's rename the query to aggregate product sales. Click Publish to save it and close the query pane.